everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of our podcast, More Than a Store, a podcast where we share the transformative impact Goodwill San Antonio has in our community. I'm your host, Libby Castillo, Director of Communications here at Goodwill San Antonio, and today we have a great show lined up for you. On this episode, we thought it would be great to explore the amazing programs offered here at Goodwill San Antonio through our Workforce Development Department. I'm really excited for today's episode because it will shed light on how we are truly more than a store. For some, Goodwill San Antonio is a place that has changed their lives. One of the most transformative aspects of Goodwill San Antonio is how our organization is providing free career training and employment placement services for individuals looking to build a better future for themselves and their families. Here to tell us all about these services today is Angelique De Oliveira. She's our Chief Mission Services Officer here at Goodwill San Antonio. Angelique, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Angelique, we learned a little bit about the history of Goodwill and its mission in our first episode, but can you give us a refresher and tell us how workforce development fits into that mission?
Absolutely. So since 1945, Goodwill has served our community through our mission of helping change lives through the power of work. So workforce development is our mission. That's why we exist. So beyond the stores that everyone knows, Goodwill operates a number of career training and employment programs that are targeted to serve vulnerable and at-risk population. We help our participants and team members build skills, earn education and training credentials, and connect to employment opportunities that lead them to increased income and stability to support themselves and their families. Our vision for our community is that every individual is given access to equitable opportunities to fulfill their potential and achieve economic stability. Last year, Goodwill employed 1,800 team members. We assisted over 1,100 individuals in gaining employment in the community. Over 400 of our participants gained an education and training credential, and 200 completed digital literacy training. The beauty is all those programs and services are free, are provided at no cost to the members of our community.
That's amazing. So, it's so inspiring to hear just how Goodwill is providing solutions to address unemployment and underemployment in our community. And we do that through our program participants and, as you mentioned, our team members. You mentioned equitable opportunities. We know that our organization is dedicated to helping provide opportunities for employment for people with barriers. What are some of the challenges individuals face in our community when seeking employment, and how does Goodwill address those challenges?
We are so proud of our participants. While they face barriers to career success, most importantly, they have the courage and commitment to invest in themselves and undertake this process of positive change in their lives. So some of the barriers that we see our participants coping with are financial hardship, limited marketable skills and education, a criminal record, lack of digital skills, lack of reliable transportation, childcare, and other life barriers. So at Goodwill, we help address those barriers through 3 core service strategies. The first one is providing job readiness and job placement services. So our goal is for our participants to access stable employment with benefits. Our career services are present to help our participants set their job goals, build their resume, prepare for interview, submit online job application, and connect to hiring employers. That's the first way we serve our community. Second, training. So when we talk about helping people improve their financial situation, often it requires them acquiring skills and credentials that will allow them to compete for those better jobs that provide a higher pay. So we provide foundational and vocational skills training that lead to industry-recognized credentials. Our training offering include basic digital literacy, Microsoft Office certification, administrative professional. We also, in the medical field, provide medical assisting, nursing aide, pharmacy technician, and in the trades, construction, commercial driver's license, and soon logistics.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yes. And lastly, one last very important aspect about helping our participants address their barriers to career success is our coaching approach. So this is probably one of the most important components of our service strategy. Our goal is to help our participants build that hope, that confidence, allow them to successfully complete their goals. So we do that through a high-touch case management approach. We provide social and emotional support. Our participants access community resources or financial assistance to address their basic needs that could come in the way of them achieving their goals. So that include housing, childcare, a bus pass. And most importantly, we are their coach. We are there by their side, believing in them and supporting them and being their accountability partner so that they can persist and achieve their goals. Lastly, we do have also members who are particularly expert at working with the youth as well as working with the reentry population. So they bring that expertise to meet the unique needs of those populations.
That's amazing. And it's a full wraparound service here. So not only are they getting the skills and the training necessary to get the career, we're also helping them with any of those challenges that they may have because, they've faced some challenges in their lives.
Exactly.
And thanks for doing that. It's an extensive range of offerings that we provide to the community. And one thing we like to do here in our podcast is really get to know the participants and how Goodwill has helped them. You said that they have to have the courage and the confidence to invest in themselves. And we have a really strong team that also invests in them. Recently, we just had some graduates cross the stage with their certifications, and our producer, Yvonne, met with one of them and got their story. So I'd like to take a moment to hear from them right now.
Good evening, graduates. Goodwill San Antonio.
At 50 years old, Jose Cantu feels like his life is just beginning to blossom. After struggling with depression and substance abuse, he took a brave step forward, going back to school. And he did it at a place that's all about giving people a fresh start, the Good Careers Academy at Goodwill San Antonio.
I was riding a bike, a 50-year-old man riding a bike, with zero money, really no job prospects, so I was on a mission, to find a job. And so I was building a resume and applying for jobs and looking for jobs here at the computer lab. So that just happens to be right outside the door of the Good Career Academy. And I'm right here looking at my bike and I'm Googling and I go, wow, now let me call. Within a matter of minutes, I completed that application process, submitted the necessary documents.
As Jose's confidence grew during the 9-month medical assistant program, so did his sense of purpose. He completed his coursework, and when graduation day arrived, he was asked to be the guest speaker.
So I made a decision to rejoin the workforce and to pursue a career in healthcare, something that I had left behind years earlier, and I wanted to restart that journey. I had a vision that it was time to look for practical ways to make this vision come to life.
From riding a bike to job searches to becoming a respected healthcare professional, Jose achieved transformation and fulfillment with the resources and training he received from Goodwill San Antonio.
It was just an amazing journey, even though it was challenging. And the classroom structure, Sonia Rojas, my instructor, really formatted the class and structured the class to maximize not just my ability to learn, but the entire class, right? So it was just an amazing time. I loved it.
And that was really a powerful testimonial from our graduate. We're so proud of them. And, I'm so proud of them for crossing the stage and investing in themselves, as you mentioned, to achieve this goal. And I want to thank Yvonne for that field reporting. That journey is a true example of the transformative power that career training and mentorship can have on a person's life. And Angelique, you mentioned the vast amount of programs we currently offer, but I know that our efforts are always growing and expanding. Can you discuss any innovative approaches or new initiatives that Goodwill San Antonio will be implementing in workforce development?
Yeah, so our focus has been on expanding our training offering, again, with the objective to equip our participants to compete for those better jobs that provide the better pay. Mm-hmm. So we recently launched our CDL weekend classes. This has allowed individuals who are working to be able to pursue their commercial driver license. This is the program that has currently the highest income rate at placement, so very attractive for individuals who are interested in pursuing that career path. We also launched our online pharmacy technician and administrative professional courses. This is the first time Goodwill is offering online training, which can be really attractive and effective for working adults who are trying to manage their professional and family responsibilities and need the flexibility that online training can offer. Lastly, we'll be launching a logistic course, and we are evaluating the launch of a manufacturing program in 2025. So again, more training option, short-term training option that leads to skills and credentials that employers recognize and will give an edge up for our participants.
Yeah, and I've heard the term here a few times, meet them where they're at. So that's, no matter where they are in their career, we can support them. But now we're offering these programs that meets their schedules as well. So if they need to do this online, they can do it online, or if they need to work during the week but want to have this weekend training, now we offer that as well. So it's incredible work that y'all are doing there to meet the needs of our community, and not only the skills, but the availability of our programs. So thanks so much for doing that. What you and your team do is really commendable work and rings true to the name of our podcast, More Than a Store. And we hear it all the time. I didn't know Goodwill did that. Before we wrap up, we want to ask you the one question we ask all of our guests, which is, what is the one thing you would want people to know about Goodwill?
I love the theme. We are more than a store, because this is truly it. Don't get me wrong, we love our store. They are such an important part of our economic engine. That's the main reason we are able to provide those employment and training services at no cost to members of our community. But what I want people to remember is that we are a workforce development nonprofit agency that provide critical employment and training services to thousands of members of our community each year. Right? And thanks to those services, many individuals are able to gain the skills and credentials and work opportunities that allow to improve their financial and personal situations.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning the store. So we couldn't do it without them, and we couldn't do it without your team either, Angelique. Thank you so much. Now, I hope everybody's learned a lot from our conversation today. And if there's any of our listeners out there who may need to utilize these services or learn more about our programs, how would they do that?
So we are here to be of support and assistance. And so please, if anyone need help pursuing their employment and training goals, they can visit our website at goodwillsa.org to learn more about our various programs. Visit any of our 6 Good Career Centers in San Antonio and Laredo, as well as call us at 210-924-8581.
Thanks so much, Angelique. And thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you to our listeners for tuning into our podcast, and join us next time as we continue our journey of taking you behind the scenes at Goodwill and sharing with you how we are truly more than a store. This podcast is produced by our multimedia design manager, Yvonne Bird, but we want to thank the entire marketing and communications team here at Goodwill San Antonio for all their hard work in putting this episode together. And we want to share a special thanks to our friends here at Texas Public Radio for allowing us to record this episode right here in their studio. From one nonprofit organization to another, thank you. We're truly grateful for your support. For more information about this episode, check out the show notes on the More Than a Store website at goodwillsa.org. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Goodwill SA. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.